What's up, Dunwoody? Matt Weber, welcome back to What's Up, Dunwoody. I've got a full show today. Mark, Matthew, John, Ethan. These are the guys from Midsummer Motel. And Mark is Mr. Dunwoody Music and has always brought me the finest that Dunwoody has to offer. So that's what we have today. But yeah, I'm a real estate agent. Show is brought to you by Village Orthodontics. If any of you guys or your families need orthodontic help, that's the man to go to, Dr. Brett. But yeah, so Mark, Dunwoody Music. Tell me a little bit about Dunwoody Music before we get into Midsummer. What do you do here?
I'm an independent music teacher, and I guess by virtue of teaching lessons through the years, I've had students that got into bands and then other bands that they've met and have just kind of gotten to, I guess, meet various artists kind of around the community and that sort of thing. So as a result of that, like I put together concerts and kind of help run the stage over at Lemonade Days and that kind of thing.
Yep. And if you have anything to do with music in Dunwoody, you know Mark. So, Mark, thanks for bringing everybody, all these young, I won't say kids, but all these young people to the forefront of Dunwoody music.
The whippersnappers.
You want to, little whippersnappers. You want to introduce these guys?
Yeah. So this is collectively Midsummer Motel. We got John is the drummer in the band. Matthew is the bass player. Ethan is the lead vocalist and guitar player. I guess they have a new EP out, and I think they can probably tell you a little more about that than I should.
Yeah, let's go. Who wants to take over?
I guess I can go first.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so
tell us about Midsummer, where you guys started. I know, what, two of you went to Dunwoody?
Yeah, so John and I went to Dunwoody for a little bit, but I never really talked to him at school. I think it was like
no one does.
20. It was about 2 years ago. I think John just like DM'd me through Instagram. It was like, "You want to start something?" And so John and I were playing, and we had another bass player at the time, and I think we played for about like a year or so, and then we decided we need a new bass player, and then that's when we added Matthew to the band. Right when we added Matthew to the band, we started posting like TikTok and Instagram videos, and that's when we started to get like a lot more attention. And then
was it because of Matthew's fire bass playing?
Yeah.
And
so we had these songs. I kind of worked on some of these songs that are on the EP. I think they started being made about 2 years ago, and they slowly evolved over the years, and so we just put the songs out there recently.
Yeah. What's it like growing up playing music in Dunwoody? Was there many other people? Was Matthew the only bass player or the best bass player?
It's definitely hard to find bass players just in general. But I mean, when it comes to bass playing, I think Matthew's just definitely unique. And I feel very lucky growing up in Dunwoody because I am surrounded by, I guess, a lot of bands through Mark. So yeah,
that's for sure.
There's a pretty decent music scene, especially our age. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mark puts a whole stage up for Lemonade Days, and you guys got to play at Lemonade Days. That's probably pretty cool. What's the biggest show you've done?
Probably.
Or what's the most fun?
Or do you guys want to take this one?
I'll take this one. I think that probably the most fun show that we've done was the most recent one for our EP release. We managed to get like a lot of people out there, a lot of people that I didn't even know, which made it even better.
That's cool.
And that show just had a lot of energy and was really good. And this next show for the Masquerade is probably going to be our biggest one since that's like a real music venue. So I think we're all looking forward to that one.
Yeah. And what's the date on that?
January 6th.
January 6th at the Masquerade.
Yes.
Cool. Are you playing with Recess Party at that one, or is that different?
Yeah, we're playing with Recess Party on that one and two other bands whose names escape me at the moment.
Yeah. Well, they're not important. If they're not from Dunwoody, they're not important.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Mark, what do you think of these guys? Are they going to be famous one day?
I mean, I think the music is definitely there to do that. I mean, there's a lot of businessy networking type things, I guess, that result in fame in that widespread sense. But I do think musically, I've enjoyed the EP that they recently released, and I feel like y'all have been getting pretty positive feedback on it. So
yeah, I've listened to a couple of songs. I liked them. The Battle of the Bands. What was that like when you guys won that? That was this year or 2 years ago?
It's like last spring, I think was when.
Last spring, okay, right before Eliminated Days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's always really fun, Mark. I appreciate you bringing me on Eliminated Days. That's fun to get to know the young music in Dunwoody.
Yeah.
I appreciate you asking me to do that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah. Well, cool, John. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Golden Doodles?
Would you like to talk about Golden Doodles?
We can. What was your favorite part of growing up in Dunwoody with the music scene?
My favorite part? I mean, I definitely would say that having Mark around to set up stuff like Lemonade Days and all the kind of stuff over the years that he's kind of done to give the bands a platform, I think it's been great. A big thing for me was just, getting in touch with Ethan, seeing Ethan play. I mean, I saw Ethan play for the first time at a Battle of the Bands several years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And that was the thing that Mark put on, And I'm so grateful that I met Ethan, and that we've started playing together now, because it's been really great. And, but yeah, I'd say that's a big thing for me, is just getting the opportunity to play around town and work with somebody who, sorry, the dogs are fighting. Work with somebody who wants to give everyone a shot, So I guess I could say that one, yeah.
Yeah. Ethan, you write all the songs, or you guys take turns? How's that work?
It's kind of so like usually I bring the idea, and I have like some lyrics, kind of like a sort of structure, and then I guess it goes into us running it like 100 times, and then eventually like the beginning result and the end result are like usually really different. I remember some of the songs on the EP like John and I made like 2 years ago, but they're so different now that like compared to 2 years ago. So it's like we all pretty much make the songs at this point, but I say lyrically I mostly contribute to that.
Yeah. Wait, and you recorded it around here? Is that what you said, Mark? That somebody in Dunwoody did the recording?
So we did a track together, but then they also worked with Joseph. His last name Campbell.
Price. Joseph Price.
Huh?
Joseph Price.
Yeah.
Joseph Campbell.
Yeah, I don't know why I was like maybe a character from a TV show or something. I don't know. Like, but yeah. So they did that. Because I think most of the EP y'all did there, and then they y'all went over to Tree Sound, I think, too.
Yep, we did.
So it was kind of.
Yeah.
What was that like recording your first album?
It was very, very stressful. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and losing a lot of money, and getting into agreements that we shouldn't have gotten into. But it's like it was also fun working with so many different people. Like we didn't just like stick to one sort of producer to produce these songs. We went to Mark. We went to this over at Tree Sound Studios, and then we had Joseph working on the songs with us. So yeah, it was a really good learning experience, Yeah.
I mean, it definitely was like a lot of hard work, but we had such a great like support team that helped us create this thing, and it, hearing it like on Spotify or Apple Music just made everything like so worth it. Like all those hours in the recording studio, like playing the same thing over and over and over again, like finally hear it like come together is just like it makes all those hours seem like nothing. It was it's a great experience.
That's cool. How does Spotify work? Like, is the whole album up on there?
Yeah. So we use I'm not the best expert on this, but we use this like program or service called DistroKid, and basically we upload all the music onto that website, and they take care of distributing it everywhere. So it makes it really easy to get it out on Spotify, Apple Music, like SoundCloud, Bandcamp, all those platforms.
Yeah, that's kind of what I use for the podcast too. It's called Podbean. Yeah. You just upload it on there, and it puts it all out to all of them. That's cool. Mark, what was it like recording with these guys?
I had fun. I mean,
the song you did, yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't want to speak for them. They may have had a terrible time.
That's why I asked you.
Constructive and positive. Like we caught up. It was actually just before I moved to my new house, and so I just kind of tore my whole place apart at the previous spot and kind of set it up like a studio. So then I had like a sleeping quarters, but we just kind of had gear spread out all over the house. But it was a fun process. Like I think so. I don't know. How did you guys feel?
I definitely had a good time over there. The recording all that stuff was a lot of fun, and like that whole environment of just like you having that separate room where you like mixed everything and seeing you like change things sort of immediately and to make it sound different was just like amazing to watch. So
Mark in his element.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Who else did you go up against? Battle of the Bands. Are you guys friends with those guys? Was that interesting? Like seeing friends from school and stuff.
So there was trying to remember all of them. So there was Blue Stick. There was oh crap, Mach 1,
Roadrunner.
Yeah. So a lot of these bands, like I know Roadrunner. I know some people in that band. A lot of them are like combinations of bands that were made maybe like a year before that we know. And Mach 1, there are some. I know the drummer in that band. I went to middle school with him. Then Blue Sticks, I'm friends with some of them. Yeah, it's.
Did you rub it in their face when you won?
No, I mean, yeah, I think it was like us and Blue Sticks.
Mark.
Us and Blue Sticks. I think we both got a winning spot. Yeah, it's just kind of weird seeing all these like connections through bands of people that I know, like especially for whole life, and you know, coming especially into Dunwoody, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, well, what's next for you guys? What's the next logical step? Somebody hears your album and then brings you to record more?
John, you want?
I guess I'm hoping for, yeah. I mean, right now we're focusing on, I guess, like getting some more live shows, but we're slowly starting to work towards new songs to create more of like an actual cohesive album instead of just an EP.
That's cool. What's the difference between an EP and an album? I don't even know.
I think an album is 7 songs. An EP is anything less than that.
I think it's more of like time. So like an EP is like 20 to 25 minutes, and then an album is usually a little longer.
Yeah.
35 to 40.
Is that right, Mark?
Yeah. It tends to be on play length. Sometimes like you'll have a band like the Ramones where they fit 20 songs in like 5 minutes or something like that, and it's like, is it an album? Like, you know. But I think that they are certifiably in the EP category, I guess, for Midsummer. But yeah, I think it's like over 30 minutes or something like that as an album.
That's cool.
Yeah, don't sue.
So, all right, to wrap it up, the people in Dunwoody, if you were to point them towards one song, what song would that be?
Oh man, I mean,
Personal.
What's your most popular, and then like what would you like other people to listen to?
John, you go first.
Well, I think our most popular is definitely "Where'd All the Good People Go." That was the first single we put out, and I feel like I would kind of point people towards that one just because I think it has a lot of things that we're really good at. You know, I feel like the performances across the board on it are really strong and representative of each of us as musicians, I think.
Yeah.
And it's just a
Matt,
nice listen. So, yeah.
how about you, Matt?
I would definitely. I always point people towards "Adolescent Love." I think that's like our best song musically and kind of like dynamically. I think that one just encapsulates everything that we like, how we want to sound consistently.
That's cool. Ethan, how about you, bud?
I'd say I think Ghost is a pretty well-rounded song. I think, all the songs have their own, like, strengths and weaknesses in my opinion, but I think Ghost is really, I think lyrically it's good, structure-wise I really like it, like the energy there. I think I think it tells a story and sort of history that I like more than the other songs. I mean, personally, but yeah.
All right, and then this is probably not what everybody wants to hear, but this is what I want to hear. Who do you guys sound like? What do people say that you sound like? A blend between what bands?
I've heard people say we sound like a band called Hers. I've heard people say we sound like oh crap. I have no clue. I really don't know.
Mark, what do you think? What do you think these guys sound like?
I mean, there's a group called Good Fires that I guess Ethan studied with a guitar player. That there is definitely that kind of thing. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Like, man, you had to put me on the spot.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll put links to all those songs.
Yeah,
and people can click on them.
Yeah,
that'll be
I
easier.
can put together a little list. It'd be kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thanks for making time for us, guys. Sorry about the little mix-up at the beginning. Me and Mark aren't really on the best of organization terms. But I'm glad we can make it work.
Thank you.
And everybody check out Midsummer Motel. And when's that show? January 6th, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a good show to go to, Masquerade, January 6th is where it's at. All right. Well, thanks, guys.